we got into a bit of why Elon is disliked by some. You know, he's not afraid to throw a barb on X, which he owns. You know, he doesn't sound like Supreme Court Justice John Roberts. He doesn't speak the same way he does. And one of the things he did was to call Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona, a Democrat who's married to Gabby Giffords, and he's the brother of Scott Kelly, both of whom are astronauts. Scott's amazing, by the way. Came on my show at NBC and told us all about how he was a straight C student. Straight C, right? Isn't that your first question? Did you get all A's? You crushed physics? You know, you were a math whiz and a science? No. He was like, I was listless. I had no direction, and I was a terrible student. He became an astronaut. That's brother Scott. Brother Mark, also an astronaut, and now a Democrat senator. Elon called him a traitor in the context of Ukraine. And Brett asked him about it. And listen to this answer.
We should have empathy for the thousands of people that are dying every day in trenches, for no movement in the lines. So the borders remain the same. For the past 2 years, thousands of people have died every week for nothing. For what? And I take great offense at those who put the appearance of goodness over the reality of it. Those who virtue signal and say, oh, we can't give in to Russia, but have no solution to stopping thousands of kids dying every day. I have contempt for such people. I don't want to make that clear.
Yeah. So you're optimistic.
Because they're virtue signaling, and their lack of a solution means that kids don't have a father. It means that parents lost a son. For what? Nothing.
Pretty powerful. Mark Kelly came in his crosshairs because he posted something on X about having just returned from Ukraine and how, in his view, it was very important that we stand by Ukraine. He wrote, everyone wants the war to end, but any agreement has to protect Ukraine's security. Can't be a giveaway to Putin. And went on from there. Here again, I have to say, Dan, I think the American public is with Elon. I think the American public, while they have nothing but empathy in general for Ukraine, they realize where we are, that this thing needs to end, and that we can't keep throwing good money after bad as Americans.
Well, I think there's two things here. I think generally speaking, President Trump ran on trying to end the war in Ukraine. And I think you're right. Even within the Democratic Party and the Bernie Sanders kind of base, there is a desire to focus and spend money on problems at home, not necessarily abroad, although aspirationally, as you say, people would like Ukraine to be protected. I think where Musk gets in trouble is when he makes statements like that. People died because Russia tried to invade Ukraine, and they're trying to defend their homeland, right? So I get why they've dug trenches and they're doing everything they can to resist a country that's trying to take it over. I think when Musk does stuff like in the interview, say, this is a revolution, we're trying to revolutionize things. Yeah, the public doesn't necessarily love that language. I mean, this goes to like Joe Biden trying to suddenly become FDR, right? That's not what a lot of people signed up for in 2020. And so I think Musk, to your point, is brash. I would never bet against him as a businessman. He's unbelievably successful, to state the obvious, but he's rough around the edges. And I think as he wades more into politics, whether it's trolling people on X or kind of forcefully interjecting into politics, you get the good, but you also get bad that I think, you have to be willing to digest. But I think his numbers are coming down. He is the wealthiest man in the world with conflicts, from here to kingdom come. I'm not saying
they don't care about that.
Well, I actually think they do a little bit.
George Soros.
Well, that's it. Americans are inherently distrustful of very wealthy people who start getting involved in government. And to your point, Democrats, who have had a lot of them in our corner, and we loved it, damage was done to us on George Soros and other things. So I think, again, it's good and bad with Elon.
You don't go out and buy a life jacket when the boat's already sinking, and you don't buy gold when the economy's already collapsed. Clearly, others are heeding this advice, as gold hit all-time highs already this year. It's not too late for you, and you could have Birch Gold help you diversify into physical gold. Birch Gold specializes in helping you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold for no money out of pocket. One recent 5-star review said Birch Gold was, quote, knowledgeable, helpful, non-pressure. Get your free info kit on gold by texting the letters MK to the number 989898. There's no obligation, just useful information. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and countless 5-star reviews, just text MK to 989898 and let the experts at Birch Gold help you secure your future today with gold. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.